No more black tears. No more black tears, man. We back. We back for another week. Man, me and Vertiz is here again. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? We do it for the people, man. We do it for our people. Man, what we talking about today?
Speaking of dumb people, me and Rose was amongst the people last Saturday. There was a food truck little event they had, in the area. We went there, popped out for about an hour and a half, and tried to show our support. And over the last couple of years, Rose, the food truck scene in the AUG CSR area has kind of exploded, man. Like you got a lot of food trucks at these businesses now. They be having different like little things, like near where we live. Once a month they try to have food trucks, in a little plaza. And then if you look online on Facebook, Instagram, they'll post these like pop ups, Rose, where it's like we're gonna have food trucks in this area on this day, and it's all different kind of stuff. You kind of be hitting the food trucks a little bit more than me, but we both try to show our support. What's some of your thoughts on the event we went to last Saturday and just the food truck scene in general?
The event was pretty cool. One of my classmates was one running it. Shout out to Tushi Tricks. I mean Tushi Treats. You know what I'm saying? She was the one, I guess, organized it. They had food trucks and vendors from not just the CSRA, but from other states and other cities. So that was pretty cool. Some of their prices were outrageous. I do want to say that, but it was just cool for a different mix of people to come out and support. Because when we first was on the way there, it was like I wonder what it's gonna be like. It's on Warner Highway on the kind of on a dead end kind of side of town, but the turnout was great. There was lots of people out there, and it was. I think they did a good job. I think she did a good job organizing it and having the people come out. The mayor, once he before he, I want to say after he got elected, he started having the food truck Fridays on this side of town, and that's always been a good turnout. People coming out. One of my favorite things to do during the fall is the Augusta Market downtown. That's one of my favorite things to do, and they have a lot of food trucks out there, a lot of vendors, things like that. People selling food from their countries, and you can try different foods. And there, the prices are kind of reasonable. Some prices are kind of still kind of high, but I just like to see when the prices are reasonable. Because there was one spot we saw there on Saturday. They had the wings, 10 wings and fries. What it was, $13 or something like that. Wings and fries, or was it $12? It was a pretty good price.
Yeah, it was reasonable.
It was a pretty good price. We didn't get any of it, but because I had already ate, but I just wanted to just go out there and see what they had. But it was I like the scenes, and I like to have the pop ups and things like that, and I loved it, especially because and when you hear food trucks and things in our area, I'm not gonna say for anybody else's, and most of the owners of the trucks and the vendors are black. So it's always a good thing to support your people. You know what I'm saying? So I love to see that. You go out there and then just people just being themselves and having fun. You bring the kids out there. There was one guy that brought his kids out there, but he ain't last long. He brought his kids out there for they was out there for 30 seconds.
Man, nigga had his daughter in his arms, had the other two by the hand, and shit took about 10 steps, turned around.
And that was sad because I think he did that because some of the music they were playing, and then it was a lot of I guess young hoes out there just I ain't gonna say they had their bodies showing because it wasn't like that. It was just a lot of young hoes out there that didn't look the best. But if you was a young guy, I guess you probably would have enjoyed yourself out there. I guess I don't know. I didn't see nothing I like or any eye candy that I would have if I was in that scene. But I like to see it. I like to see it. I like that the mayor's doing this thing on our side of town, and you know what I'm saying. She brought the people out on our side of town. You go downtown when it's have the markets. They even have a market in Evans too. So I just love to see that, you know what I'm saying? Especially people just doing their thing. Lots of people cook the food at home and bring it and serve it, you know what I'm saying? So I just think it's a good thing. I like to see it, man.
Yeah, man, you being nice, man. Old buddy turned around, man. That shit was not. That shit did not seem like a safe environment, dog. We was walking around. It was a lot of young niggas, a lot of old niggas too. Old niggas that still was trying to be young niggas. Hoes out there. Yeah, they wasn't really dressed like crazy, crazy, but they still had whole energy though.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers smoking weed. You could smell weed in there and shit like that. Motherfuckers walking around with blacks in their hands and shit like that. I'm looking around. I told Rose straight up, man, hey man, where the police at? You talking about, man, it's like a little station somewhere. Nah, man, we need them on site. We need at least two cop cars somewhere here, cause they need to be ready to go if some shit pop off. That shit, you know, did not seem like a safe environment if you was gonna bring, especially little kids with you. So I feel, oh buddy, the music was kind of crazy at times. It was a mix. I will be fair, cause there was some old school music that DJ was playing, but then it was playing some of that young, selling pussy music. That's what I call it. You know, they was playing that shit too. So that shit was kind of wild. There was that one food truck that had some good prices, but then there was some other food trucks that, man, the prices just seemed like a lot. I meant to ask you, did you like to buy strawberry chocolates? Because I saw them make it, and to me, I was like, man, I don't know, man.
It was a lot of chocolate. I think they put too much chocolate on them. But the Dubai stuff, it was good. It was good. I tasted it, a little bit of it, but it was good. The Dubai, but they put too much chocolate in that on top of them strawberries.
Okay, then. Yeah, because I was looking, I was like, man, I don't know, bro. That's all they doing, bro. But some of the food trucks in the city, they be hitting. Some of them, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it real. I be looking at the price, man. Like I saw one food truck, you talking about 10 wings and some fries for $12, $13, which to me is good. Man, there was one food truck I saw recently. It was 6 wings and some fries, and that shit was like $17, man. Like, man, now we gotta stop the cap, man. Like y'all food trucks, especially because y'all black owned, man. A lot of y'all is black owned. Man, y'all can't be trying to bust the people head over, man. Y'all gotta have reasonable prices, man. Especially, and me and MJ was breaking down how much wings should cost. And we online looking at how much wings cost in Walmart and different stores and stuff like that, how many come in the pack. I mean, you niggas that sell chicken, y'all gotta stop trying to overcharge with these wings, bro. Like selling 10 wings for $18 and shit like that. Y'all gotta stop with that, bro. Like a 10-piece wing, bro, I should not be paying no more than $12, bro. Once we get to $12, you kind of tripping now, my nigga. Cause you done already bought the motherfucking big ass pack and you probably have spent $10 on the big ass pack. Like you recouping your money, dog. You recouping your money. And that's just the wings. That's not even to get it to like you told me about the one place you went to where they gave you just one little turkey leg on your plate, man. Like, nah, man. Like that's something that we trying to support the people, man, but at the same time, we can't, let have the people out here getting screwed by people that's just trying to profit off of capitalism and they ain't trying to be friendly to the people in the society. I do like the fact that we got these food trucks in the city because it's a different type of vibe, it's a different type of feel. Back to the like what I was saying about the prices though, that's supposed to be one of the perks of going to a food truck is, yo, I'm going to get some food that's going to be a little bit cheaper, because I'm not at an actual fucking restaurant sitting down. But if you're gonna charge me with a sit down restaurant gonna charge me, why am I standing out here in the elements to wait for my fucking food? Why am I doing that to myself, Rose?
And that's the thing about it is that's why I think people get it twisted because like the owners get twisted because like your food ain't better than everybody else's.
Exactly.
But then you trying to charge me $20 for a plate.
Come on, man.
But come on, like $25 a plate.
Come on, man.
That's like
what we doing, bro? What the fuck we doing?
And then you make video. I like to follow a lot of them on the gram and on TikTok and things like that. And then they make it seem like they posted videos like, oh, this food's so good, my burger's so good. This is it. No, it's not. No, it's not. Your burgers are dry. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no condiments on it. What happened to the fresh lettuce, the tomatoes, onions, sliced pickles, you know what I'm saying? Kosher pickles. You know what I'm saying? You, it's like it's only certain places that have, but it's like, why try to rate people for this mediocre food?
Exactly, man. Especially, man, because we be grilling our damn selves, man. Like, bro, we know how much it is to throw some burgers on the grill, throw some wings on the grill, throw some pork chops on the grill. Like, come on, bro. Like, you can't be overcharging people that actually be out here grocery shopping and doing the shit themselves. If you making some extravagant shit where it costs a lot to make it or whatever, man, that's understandable. If you got some gourmet chefs in the back and it's like this nigga got a culinary art degree and you gotta pay this motherfucker so much or whatever because he done worked in these fancy kitchens and that's kind of understandable too because that kind of goes with the labor aspect of it. If the motherfucker actually preparing the shit the way he supposed to be preparing it now, but if you just got your mama, your uncle, and these motherfuckers they cook for the family and someone in the family like, yo, pops, your food really good, man. You fucking it up. You should get a food truck and people will love it. I then if you one of them niggas, hey bro, come on. You supposed to be giving us some reasonable fucking prices so we can endorse your shit and fuck with your shit.
And another thing is like, and then my thing with the food trucks, why everything got to be fried?
That's
Like,
another aspect too, man. Have some healthy options, man.
yes, like you walk around everything fried,
You
everything
know why?
fried,
Because it's cheaper. Most of the time, that's cheaper.
and it's easier.
Yeah, it's easier and it's cheaper.
And it's like, I don't want fried food. Like, we're trying to be healthier now, man. It's a health is wealth, and people know this, but you dropping everything in grease.
You know why? Because if they was to give you like a healthy little thing, a food truck, man, if that shit was ran by a nigga, I'm talking about that shit would be $50 a plate, Rose. And they already know niggas ain't going for that. So they gonna drop them wings, they gonna fry them wings up, fry them fries, and they gonna charge you. If you nice, it's gonna be $13, $12. But like most of the ones I be seeing, bro, man, they be at like $16, $18, $20, man, or whatever, man. It is, but like I said, going to food trucks is a dope experience. Cause I remember my first experience with food truck was with D Will and MGH when we went to Vegas, and it was a little Mexican food truck. We got some tacos from them. Some of the best tacos I had to this day was at that food truck. And I probably had about like 3 tacos, man. I might have spent like $6 on them 3 tacos, man. Like that was some good eating right there. Like, I've been to food trucks in Miami before. Like the prices was relatively good. Like to be honest, man, the first time I really saw some fucked up prices with the food truck was in Augusta. But I just really feel like part of that is we just got a lot of people that don't really understand how to do business the right way, Rose. If I'm just being honest, they don't really understand, profit margins and all that kind of stuff. They look at it like this, Rose. It cost me $7 to make this T-shirt. I'm gonna charge you 30 because I'm trying to make 4 times what I made. Instead of it cost me $7, I'm gonna charge you 15 because I'm still making a good little profit off of this, whatever. Like they just thinking I'm trying to capitalize as much as I can on this shit. Just like these hoes out here who be like, man, I need $200 for this pussy.
Whoa, black brow. Whoa.
Yeah, exactly. That's because you know why? Because in their head they like, if I can get 3 niggas at $600, nah, man, your price probably should be at 50, shawty. You just got to put extra work in, man. Just like these barbers, bro. Like these barbers want to charge $50 for a head or $100 for a head because you know why? They want to be able to cut 10 heads in a day and make a band. Man, man. Go back to $25, man. Charge your 25, cut your 10 heads in a day. That's $250 a day. You do that 4 days out of the week. Guess what, Rose? That's a band a week. That's good living. That's good living. I feel like that's the problem with a lot of this shit is motherfuckers just be trying to make the most without having to actually put the proper work in with the shit, man.
Yeah, they want to get rich quick. Everybody want to get rich quick scheme. Everybody want to get rich quick, but instead of just paying their dues, nobody want to pay the dues. Nobody want to pay the dues.
But my last thing about the event we went to this past Saturday, I feel like outside of the food trucks, like, because that is what it is, they're gonna charge their prices. I feel like if you're gonna have like what what the way it was kind of projected, it was supposed to be like a family friendly atmosphere, Rose.
Yeah.
Then let's have some family friendly music, like cookout music, like Frankie Beverly, Earth, Wind and Fire. Like rap music that is acceptable to play. A lot of R&B acceptable music. Let's try to have stuff out there where it's like people can actually feel comfortable bringing their families and stuff. Because at the end of the day, I do like the idea of you trying to set something up on a Saturday for people to be able to do something on a Saturday. Man, I think it would be even doper if they could have partnered with like one of the local barbershops, Rose, and been doing and having an area where they was doing haircuts out there. I think that would have been dope too. But it is good to see, like you said, the mayor trying to do stuff in the city to build the city up, promote the city, get people out their houses, and allow people to be able to make a couple of dollars with these businesses and stuff. But you said something interesting before we move on. Man, you said something that I remember about. We went to the food truck festival, and a lot of them had food, but they didn't have a truck.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just vendors. You know what I'm saying? They make the food at home and they set up and they sell it. And they still want to charge 20. And they still want to charge $20, $25 for a plate. We don't even know where you made it at.
Exactly. Hold up, bruh. This shit food truck festival, and I ain't even realized that till we got halfway back to the crib, and you said, "Yeah, man, it was only like maybe 3 food trucks out there. The rest of them just had a little stand." I started thinking, "You right? Like, where was the food being made at? Man, that shit was already made, nigga." I was like, "Ah, shit, yeah, that's some crazy shit right there, man." But moving on to TNT.
Dynamite, tears and no tears.
So we're gonna start off with probably some of the most wild news we got this week. So Big T, boom, Trump basically said that, hey man, we if we gotta go at it with Iran, we're gonna go at it with Iran, and the whole internet exploded with a whole bunch of memes and stuff. And people was using the little Shrek meme saying if some of y'all would die. And then they got Trump's speech, and he kind of did say that kind of same rhetoric. Man, I got tears of laughter because it's funny, man. Because it seemed like America always at war, bro. I'm just gonna be honest. Now maybe this is different, so maybe I need to be, C's is the more global nigga in terms of like understanding some of the world topics a little bit better than myself. But it seemed like we always at war with somebody, bro. Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, somebody. It seems like we always got beef with somebody in the world.
Somebody brown.
Some kind of brown people. It seemed like they always got some weapons of mass destruction or some oil, or they fucked with somebody daddy in 1992, so now I got to get revenge back. It's always something. So, I don't really care, man. Like, I don't know much about Iran. One thing I know, I know the United States, hey, we got probably, if not the best, definitely the second best military in the world. Like, so I ain't worried about that. I mean, as far as, a country deciding to attack U.S. soil, I mean, I ain't saying that niggas ain't gonna do it, Rose. I'm just gonna say this right here. The minute that somebody bomb, a U.S. city, I just want them to understand their whole country finna be wiped off the face of the planet, man. If one of the, especially if it's like a major city, that whole country finna be wiped off the face of the planet. I don't really think it's too many countries that's just that stupid now to bring a fight over here. So I'm not even really worried about the shit. To me, it's just hilarious. And to be honest, I think it's really just because Trump doing it the way he doing it. Like if Trump would have just did it the way that other presidents do these wars, I don't think nobody would be talking about this shit, Rose. But it was the fact that this nigga had the press conference, said what he said, and I think it was something about he didn't go through Congress to do it or some shit.
Yeah, he didn't go through Congress.
So if he just would have did it the normal way, nobody would even be worried about Iran right now.
Yeah, so I got tears of sadness because it's the fact that he said he wouldn't do things and then he doing it.
Just like a politician.
Yeah, so I'm like, and it's like, and when they dropping these bombs, like they dropped a bomb on a girl's school. Like
in Iran?
Yes.
Shit.
It's like, hundreds of little girls. I don't know if they were little girls, but they wasn't adults. Got murdered, and it's like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, the school was next to. So I don't think they did it on purpose, but if school was next to something military base or some kind of, but little girls got killed, and it's like I don't. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, man.
That's wild. I ain't know that part, man. I ain't know that part, but yeah, that is wild. But these bombs be just going everywhere. You know, some people want to cancel Trump. Marlon Wayans came out and said, "Hey, fuck cancel culture. If you want to avoid cancel culture, just go so wild that you cancel culture itself." And he went to see Scream 7, and he said, "Yo, it's the Scream 7 movie, but it's really the intro to Scary Movie 6 trailer." The trailer finally came out, like on the internet, people saw it. It looked hilarious to me, man. I got tears of joy, man. The scary movie franchise, the first two scary movies was like to me just golden. Like those was just amazing. And then by the time we got to Scary Movie 3, I think that's what Marlon kind of said a couple years ago. Him and his family kind of got kicked out of the franchise by that point in time. So the franchise really wasn't the same, even though I've seen all the scary movies now. But the first two are like classics. Like you can watch them today and still fucking laugh. Now 3, 4, and 5 is whatever you want to call it. It's straight, it's cool, it's watchable. But I saw the trailer, man. The spoofs they're gonna do with Sinners, Get Out, the Spider movie Long Legs or whatever. Like it's a lot of stuff they're spoofing. Like one of my favorite scenes, and I ain't gonna lie, this why trailers sometimes suck. Cause I feel like I'm still gonna laugh when I see it, but I would have laughed too hard when that nigga said we can't hit a drink, smoke, do some half gay shit, and then Ray come out and say, why just half gay? Like, bruh, without the trailer, imagine seeing that in the movie in real time. I probably be on the floor laughing, man. Like, I think this movie's gonna be hilarious, bro. I even like the opening part of the trailer with a little girl, where the woman was getting stabbed, and they said, "You killing her, man." I might pronounce his they and them, and to me that's dope because Marlon got a transgender, cop child, so he's like, "Yo, bro, this is comedy, bro." And I'm looking forward to this movie. I'm always gonna support the Waynes and the projects they do because they gonna hit a lot more than they miss. Do they strike out sometimes? God damn it, Barry Bonds struck out a couple times, but he the home run king. So hey, these are like comedy legends to me, the Waynes. So I'm happy to see it.
Yeah, I got tears of joy too. I want to see it. I'm not gonna go to the theaters and see it, but I just might. But I probably won't. But 'cause I just don't like going to theaters. But I probably will on a Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? $6.50. So, but I'm excited to see anything that the Wayans got anything to do, especially Marlon. I'm down with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm down with it. Sign me up.
Oh yeah, and on top of that, he said if this movie do great, they gonna do a sequel to White Chicks, and it was another movie he said they're gonna do a sequel to. So hey man, I hope this movie do great because I love White Chicks. That's still one of my favorite comedies to this day. Moving on. So there was some legislation that basically is up in Georgia. I don't think they put it to a vote yet, Rose, but basically it's going to basically say that the smell of marijuana is not enough to do probable cause like it has been for decades. So like that's not going to be enough for people for the cops to be like, yo, we got probable cause to search you. Um, I think tears of joy. Like anything that every step closer to delegalizing marijuana, I think is a good step because at least a third of the country allows marijuana to be legal outright. Then another, I say half of a third or a third allows marijuana to be legal for medical purposes. So it just seems like we just need to get on the same page as a nation about what we want to do about marijuana and not have these areas where you can go smoke it all you want in California. But then if you go, I don't know, let's say to Georgia and you're smoking, you might get a ticket, and get put on probation. But then if you get caught smoking in this state, you might get 5 years in prison. Like, yo, we got to do a better job with how we're going to do this. So I like it, man. Any step closer to legalizing it, man, I think it's a great step.
I agree. I ain't got no tears. You know what I'm saying? But if they just need to make it. Big T, wasn't that one of your things you said you was gonna do? Make marijuana legal everywhere? What's going on, man?
He busy with Iran right now.
Big T.
He busy with them transgenders in Iran.
Big T, man, go in and drop that pound, man. Go in and drop that pound, man. It's a drought out here.
Hey, man. So moving on to we're gonna be talking about the burger wars in a little bit, but we're gonna start off with Whataburger. There was a white boy who was a Whataburger employee, and he was, kind of posting videos of him on his lunch break eating the burger, talking good about the franchise, and posting and saying a lot of Christian scriptures and praying and stuff. And apparently he got fired for his videos, because some of his employees felt uncomfortable with the messaging he was putting out. It then got reported that them employees who felt uncomfortable got fired. I don't think he got his job back. I don't even know if he wanted his job back. But I will say I got tears of sadness because we just had a conversation about Project Pat, and about how he went to a school and they was getting upset because he was promoting religion. And I feel like that's just kind of sad in this country at this point, is when people are brave enough to proclaim their faith and they're doing it in a positive way. They're not doing it condemning others. They're not doing it saying other people are going to hell. They're not doing it to demean other people or, disrespect people. They're just doing it like, hey, this is what I believe. I feel like that's a good thing. That's a good thing, especially this is a young man working fast food, being positive. Like, hey, I'm not even gonna lie. I love a positive fast food worker because there's so many people that be working at fast food places that be fucking miserable, dog, and have an attitude. So yeah, I definitely got tears of sadness, man, and I hope life works out for this young man.
Yeah, I ain't got no tears, but it's messed up. The situation was messed up. I don't think they should have fired him. He did get a new job. He's working at Sonic's now, and I think Sonic's burgers are better than Whataburger anyway. So he done came up, and I'm pretty sure they got a GoFundMe, all kind of other stuff. He probably had his school paid for if he want to go to school, whatever he want to do. He go have some money. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I'm kind of confused about. He seemed like a tambourine player. I hope he's not, but shout out to him.
What's a tambourine player?
You don't know what a tambourine player is?
You talking about the nigga who played the tambourine in the band?
Yeah, in the choir.
Oh, you thought he was gay?
Yeah.
Gay people believe in God too, I guess, man.
Yeah, they do. I'm just saying he seemed like a tambourine player, but ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hey, man, so you saying, man, hey, what's up, Big T? What's up, Big Trump? Hey, man, he busy, bro, because he got people throwing salt on his name. At a Smoothie King, there was a couple who went to go get some smoothies. The husband had a Trump hoodie or shirt on, and two employees said, "Yo, we don't feel comfortable serving you because you got that Trump, hoodie or shirt on." The two employees was fired. I don't have no tears, man. I mean, just because at the end of the day, you gotta serve people, dog, man. Like, you gotta serve people, man. Like, long as they're not giving you hate speech, as long as they're not disrespecting you, as long as they're not doing something outrageous. Like, if they got, a Trump shirt on, a MAGA hat on, you treat them just like you would anyone else, man. And I think that's kind of the issue we have at times is, we allow our political alliances to dictate our emotions to an extreme extent. Like, it shouldn't be to the point where you just see somebody with a MAGA hat on and be like, I'm not going to, be nice to this person. I'm going to be disrespectful. Because there are some MAGA people that's just fucked up. But there are plenty of people that are MAGA supporters, and they MAGA supporters for dumbass reasons. But they just still cool people, and they good people for the most part. But they just MAGA supporters.
Yeah, I ain't got no tears for it. But they deserve to get fired. You can't not serve somebody just because of what they had on. That's just crazy. That is crazy. Either way it goes, no matter what. What are you thinking? You don't even own the company. What do you think? I'm not gonna serve you. Like, okay, that's why you got fired. Like, this is crazy. The whole situation is crazy.
It is crazy, man. I don't know what's wrong with these employees. I don't know what's wrong with these hoes.
What's wrong with them?
So, in the CSR area at a local hotel, a woman reported theft from her hotel room. The item that was stolen, ladies and gentlemen, the rose. The rose that these hoes like to use to play with their pussy. I don't know what's wrong with these hoes. First of all, Rose brought up a good point. Like, why would you even want it back after that? And my thing was, because these hoes don't have no morals. These hoes is nasty. Because why would you want to steal somebody's sex toy in the first place? But man, these hoes nowadays gonna just throw in the washing machine. If they do that, they might just get some Dawn soap and a rag and some hot water and wash it themselves and then use it. It's crazy how these rose toys over the last 5 years have gotten so popular. I remember when they first hit the scene, Rose, and hoes was killing them like killing them motherfuckers. And I know a couple of hoes that use the rose toy, and they love that motherfucker. They love that motherfucker. I guess it's just a drought of niggas eating pussy nowadays. Cause I know hoes that tell me that there's niggas that just don't eat pussy. I guess it's just a drought of niggas eating pussy. So that's why the rose toy is so popular. But yeah, man, for her to file a police report, that mean that bitch was really hurt. And I ain't gonna lie. The fact that she ain't had no shame in telling the police officers that, yeah, I had a rose toy just sitting on my dresser or something. Because I've just seen stories where like women have went through the airports and they've had two dildos in their bag and they went through it and they were so embarrassed that they went through it and saw they had two dildos. We not living in those times no more, Frodo. These hoes is going to the police saying, yo, they took my rose, I want it back or I want to be compensated.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, you horny hoe. Like, you that horny that you got to the room, you about to go to class or the conference or whatnot. Let me charge my rose up while I'm gone. Like, you using that thing that much? Like, you got to charge it up all day long because you gonna be using it all night long. Like, come on, man. It's just I don't get it because I just don't get it because then all of a sudden like I don't get it. Like maybe she had to work with him when she got back to the room. You know what I'm saying? She had to make some videos for the OnlyFans or something. I don't, maybe it messed up her paper or something. I don't know.
Probably so, because that I don't know, like, because you in a hotel, you got the rose, you got to just sit in there. And I want to make this clear. I'm not saying that you should not just have your shit sitting out, but I do want to say there's an aspect to this conversation. What kind of hotel was you at? Because I feel like there's certain hotels, Rose, I'm not leaving certain shit in that hotel when I'm gone for the day or whatever. Like, because I know people come in there and clean or whatever. Now, there's some hotels, I just feel like the hotel is of the caliber that the employees working at the hotel is not going to go in my room and just take my shit. But once again, that's why I fuck with Airbnbs. I fuck with Airbnbs because I don't want no one coming in while I'm gone and doing this and doing that. I just like the Airbnb so I can go ahead and just stay, leave, come back, and we just cool, we just chilling, man. But yeah, definitely this is to me was a funny ass story. Something that I thought was a funny story. It started off funny, with the CEO of McDonald's, and then it just avalanche into this like war of the burgers online. So earlier this week, McDonald's CEO basically took a bite of their new Big Arch hamburger, which is like basically like a Big Mac, but they use different type of patties and it's constructed a little differently or whatever.
Different sauce too.
Different sauce. And so he took a bite. People was making fun because he took a small bite. So then Burger King CEO came and took a bite of the Whopper, and it was a big bite. Then next thing you know, Wendy's CEO came and said, "Yo, I'm gonna enter the front." And then I'm online and I see a lot of these smaller burger places enter the fray, up to the point where I saw AW, enter the fray, and I literally had to tell MJ like AW, they sell food. I thought they just did root beer. I had to go online, bro. They got actual restaurants and they sell food and shit. They entered the fray. What you think about this war of the burgers, Rose? Like, Who do you think's winning?
I don't know who's winning, but I've seen Freddy's do it too. It's like all of them are doing it. It's like all the CEOs are going in and taking bites of their burgers and things like that, and eating the food. The McDonald's, I tried it, the Big Arch.
Was it good?
I was disappointed.
Oh, okay, then. I was gonna try to get it too recently.
I was disappointed, but they didn't make it right. That I didn't have the crispy onions on the bottom, and I don't want the white cheese. I want it made. I want it dressed like a Big Mac. I don't want the new stuff. I want because sometimes like when I used to get like I'm in the mood for a Big Mac, I would go to McDonald's get a Big Mac and I would get a double quarter pounder.
Oh yeah, that's a cheat code.
And then I would switch out, take out the middle bun, switch out the burgers, and do that because now that's good. But that's the way they should have made it.
Yeah, that's what they should have did.
That's the way they should have made it. So I was disappointed. It wasn't mine had a lot of flavor and whatnot, but it wasn't the worst, but it wasn't good. But if I had to take a pick, I'm a Wendy's man all day. But if I had to take a pick of between Wendy's, I'm not gonna put all the other burgers like Freddy's and all that kind of stuff because those are better. But Wendy's, Burger King, and McDonald's, and ain't nobody messing with the Whopper.
Yeah,
BK's on top. Ain't nobody messing with the Whopper.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I thought it was just funny to see all the CEOs just kind of enter the fray because it was funny because the McDonald's dude, he was just doing his thing. He was just unbothered. He was chilling. But then the other CEOs came and said, oh, okay, we're going to treat this like Death Rows in the 90s, man. And they started basically taking shots at old buddy, man. I think it's funny because these niggas are millionaires. Let's just keep it real. Like, if you the CEO of basically a company, those type of companies, maybe not some of the other burger companies, but definitely Wendy's, Burger King, and McDonald's. Those niggas are making at least $2 million a year, probably. So with that being said, all of them have basically said, yeah, I eat here 3 times a week at least. One of the niggas said they eat there every day. They eat lunch there every day. I do not believe you. I do not believe you. You do not make that kind of money and eat at Burger King, Wendy's, or McDonald's every day. I don't believe you, sir. The best I can believe is you might get a Frappuccino on your way to your job from McDonald's. That's the best I can believe. But even that is like, nah, bro. Why not just go to Starbucks, man? But I'm with you. If I gotta rank it, man, like in terms of just pure burger, ain't nobody fucking with the Whopper, bro. Ain't nothing like a good, nice double cheese Whopper, man. Ain't nothing like a good Whopper cut in half. And then I like the Dave's Fresh Burger from Wendy's. Like, give me that. And then, if I gotta pick a McDonald's burger, I probably would go with the Big Mac because I like the way it's constructed and tastes. Even though the quarter pounder, I like the beef on the quarter pounder, but I just like the way that the Big Mac is constructed overall. Now, if we just talking about full menu, just the whole menu, yeah, man, McDonald's winning, man. Like McDonald's just got more variety, man. Like you get the chicken nuggets, you get the apple pies, the chicken sandwiches. You got about 4 type of different burgers, rosé. Different shakes and all kind of stuff. And then they got seasonal stuff like when like you've been with me before. You just seen me order 3 fucking McRibs at one time. The McRib is dope. I love the McRib, man. So it's like I just feel like from a variety standpoint, we just talking about restaurant overall. It's kind of hard to fuck with McDonald's, but just pure burgers, yeah, man. Ain't nobody fucking with Burger King. The Burger King, the king for a reason, man. What's your final thoughts on Rose?
I don't know, man. My final thoughts is I worked at Burger King, used to kill it. I worked at Wendy's, used to kill it. Never worked at McDonald's. But the reason why I never got a job at McDonald's because I used to eat McDonald's all the time. Because their double cheeseburgers, it was undefeated. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, double cheeseburgers dope now. Especially when it was actually cheap, when it was actually $1.
Yeah, it was $1. And they had the triple cheeseburger. It was like that thing. It was undefeated. You get the whole meal for $3 back in the day, but now you can't do that no more. But Wendy's has the freshest meat because it's really not frozen. Burger King meat's frozen, McDonald's meat is frozen, but the freshest food is probably Wendy's. But man, ain't nobody messing with that Whopper, man. That's my final
thought. Yeah, going to take it back to sports real quick. So Luke Cornett, a player on the Spurs, he spoke out this week when Atlanta decided to partner with Magic City, for a promotion at one of their games when they was going to face the Spurs. Man. And he basically talked about how the NBA shouldn't allow it because, we should not be promoting that kind of stuff for women, especially at a kid-friendly environment, which the NBA, out of all the major sports, is, I ain't gonna lie, the most kid-friendly, if I'm being honest. And a lot of women got online, especially some prominent people, which apparently Mariah Rose is the daughter of Jalen Rose, from my understanding, what someone said, and basically called Luke Cornett, a hypocrite because he doesn't talk about Miles and Mikal's Bridges domestic violence situation and all the other stuff going on in the NBA, and that it's some fake activism type stuff. I think two things can be true, man. Like I think what Luke Cornett said is very real and very prominent. I do not feel like the Hawks should have been doing that, to be honest, if I'm just being real. Because you should not be promoting that at your sporting event. Even though, yes, there's not going to be strippers there, I just want to know why are we promoting the strip club, especially with this being a pro-black podcast. I don't see Boston doing shit like that. I don't see Utah doing shit like that. I don't see the white demographics promoting some of the negative shit and stereotypes, but we do it in our community and we think it's okay. Like I think that was like I applaud Luke Cornett for what he said, and I think this just shows why a lot of people have a hard time being allies to women, because when you get someone like Luke Cornett who speak up, you get a whole group of women who want to trash him and say, well, you're not doing enough here and you're not doing enough there. And at the end of the day, and it's just a sad truth, you don't have the ability to speak on all things. You can't talk on all this different stuff. But if you're willing to speak up on certain topics, hey man, God bless you and salute you. In the words of Ebby and Rakim, peace.
Yeah, man. Y'all can catch up the next light, man. We in traffic and I'm back quiet.